management, or advertisers of this station.
And welcome to the Green Hour on WURD at 96.1 FM and also 900 AM on the weekend, sponsored by Celia. I'm your host, Dr. Paul Hopkins. We're here every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. You can also find us online at www.wurdradio.com and in the community. My co-host is Health Advocate Bill Morgan. Bill, you there?
You got it, buddy, right here, man.
And each week we bring clarity to the conversation about health and environment. We encourage clean living from the inside out. A centerpiece of this is maintaining a healthy lifestyle and getting informed about the connection between good health and what is happening in the world around you. It includes what you consume, what you wear, what products you use on your body, how you clean your home, what you drive, what you purchase, and the decision you make every day. On the Green Hour, we will focus on the environment as a key part of our social integrity. And on the Green Hour, we will focus on how the people and the planet are one. Without further ado, welcome, family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Jordan Booth. Booth.
What's going on, guys? What's going
up,
on,
buddy?
Yeah, everything's good on my end. How about y'all?
Oh, man. Okay. Hey, round two for you and me, right?
Jordan hanging out with the Sharks again.
Yeah, Jordan's hanging out with us now, man. Jordan's hanging in there. All right. Big B, how you doing, man? How you doing, Big B?
Oh, man, are you kidding? I ain't doing nothing. Shut up, bro. Hey, man, look, we got a nice little foggy stuff going on over here. No rain. That's for you people. And picture, man.
It's raining over here, man. No, it's raining over
Say like my grandson. He said, no.
We
got a lot of that stuff over here, man.
Hey, man, it's raining, but family, I hope you're in. You may be sitting around, grabbing your little herbal teas, listening for the Green Hour. How about that? And as we go in today, we're going to talk about some good stuff today. This is Testimony Sunday. Testimony Sunday. That means that if you have a word or something you want to share with us, call in, have a question, concern. You have something that you're doing, sharing with the family. This is all shareware right here. We talk about everything that you're doing, and maybe you can help someone that's listening, help them with what you're doing. Right. Those old remedies, man. Those old remedies are coming back, man. Big B, I'm hearing so much people, saying, hey, I'm going back to them herbs my grandmother told me about.
Wow. Hey, from the old castor oil day. Hey, that's castor oil and acidity. I don't even know what that is, man.
Oh, my goodness. You talking about acidity.
Hey, they used to have that bag around my neck. What is that? It don't matter. It make you feel better.
Yeah, and guess what? When you took it, you didn't feel, sick, or you never got sick,
I know, that's right.
It was the time that we had a different understanding about how to care for the body. And that's why, when we're looking at the foods and the things that we talk about, the industrialization of foods, it becomes a concern because, it's a different world now. That world that grandmom and grandpop grew up in, that doesn't exist anymore. That's, a world now where there was an industrial revolution, with, working and workers and those that lived in that industrial revolution and that steel and, iron age. But now we're going through an industrialization of our food now. Now the food has to be checked on that stuff. Are we, having a legislation that's keeping up with this thing? I talked about yesterday some of the recalls. We got recalls on the lettuce, or not lettuce. Well, it was actually a few things.
Really?
There's a major recall on a lot of spring mix and all those different things. Where there's a listeria thing going on right now.
Oh man.
And then also there's a raw meat. 295,000 pounds of beef right now. So with all this going on, you got to know how to purge this stuff out of your system, man. Even when you get a little bit of something, Big B, you got to know when to take something for, say, hey, what's your go-to herb?
That's right.
Go-to thing to say something that that can clean out the intestines if you have to. Or do you know that you say, I'm going to do a seasonal cleanse? How do you do these things? So, this is Testimony Sunday, so we want to talk about all that good stuff. But before that, Big B, tell us about what's going on in the news. In the news. I should have that little tick for you. Something else will say.
Well, look. You start talking about in the news, man. There's so much stuff going on around here right now. But even before we go there, let me give you the numbers for the day, right? This is what we call our mental health moment. You know what I mean? Kind of get us going. Hey, guys, from our very, 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 very favorite site, this encode2019.live. As of 14 minutes ago, we're looking at what we call our quick fact of total confirmed cases around the world at 198,879,142. Total critical cases, guys, 90,327. And our total deceased around the world, 4,238,503. Total active cases, 20,559,869. Total recovered. Here we go, Big Joe. Give me some drum roll. Yeah. I love that. 177,800,785. Yes, sir. See, that's the kind of stuff that makes us all feel good. Yes,
absolutely. So we're
the folks really kind of need to take a look at that with all the kind of stuff that's going on right now. We're getting all kinds of mixed messages, and we're going to talk about that a little bit today too. Nobody knows what to do, Dr. Paul. We're all people all over the place.
Yeah, and of course we got the mixed mask messages from last week. Where they're saying now, even though if you're vaccinated, you gotta still put the mask on. And some states are saying they're not going to do this. Florida got a little pushback from Florida now. Florida saying we're not going to go into that loop again. People are saying that they're not going to put the mask on. So some of the CDC's coming out saying different things. So yes, there's mixed messages amongst even the congressional factors that are saying that what do we do here? Or you're saying one thing but you're doing another. So what do we do? And where does the family in the meantime? How do we respond? When you see things like this, and then the breakthrough numbers are coming through, and they're starting to increase. And the word now is that it's about to get worse. We've been saying this since the beginning of July. Before the 4th of July, I said,
have not changed, Dr. Paul.
We have not taken our foot off the throttle when we talk about what was happening already in India when the Delta Plus was there. We said, y'all taking your mask off, y'all running around, declaring Freedom Day and all that stuff. And I was like, there was a day UK had a day called Freedom Day. You remember that?
I remember that. Yes.
Remember they called it Freedom Day, and they said it was July. It was June the 21st. I think it was right around that time.
Yes.
Or something around there. And they were saying, hey, we're gonna, declare this thing, and then at the same time, I was like, that's not a good time.
Hey, man, wait. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what came to my mind when we had Freedom Day. Remember, we didn't find out we was free. It was Juneteenth. Yeah, it was just give you an idea. How long from the time that the law was signed into effect that we didn't know that we were so-called free in America? That kind of example comes back to my head when you say we're free. Messages.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
That's exactly my point. And we've always kind of said, always do the safe thing, family. Mm-hmm. Keep your mask on. We don't know what's out there. We said that from the beginning.
Yeah,
we don't know what's there.
Not straight from anything that we've been saying from the very first day.
Yes.
From day one. Build your immune system. That's the only thing you got. You know what? You know what, Big B? There's a point when you got to just say, you know what? I'm going to trust God on this thing. I'm going to go with this thing, because so much mixed messages can cause a state of anxiety with people.
Yes.
And God said, fear not. You remember he said, fear not. Stand still and know that I am God. I
Yes,
am.
sir. Yes,
I
sir.
will. You just do what I tell you to do, and just be quiet. Just be
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
and build what I've given you. You've got the greatest source of energy inside of you already. A perfect system created by a genius. It's
Yes.
already in there. To turn that on, all you got to do is feed it.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
ain't that easy? That's as easy as you can get.
Listen,
So
everything you need is inside you if you just feed it the proper stuff.
you got it. You got it. And and it said, did you know, Big B, that there's 366 in the Bible, 366 commandments that says what? Fear not.
Fear not.
That means one for every day.
Yay.
And if you talk about a leap year, I'll give you an extra one. I give you an extra one. Fear
Yeah.
not a suggestion, a
Yes.
commandment. Hey man, just feed the body. Trust
Yes.
that the body is the immune system,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's why everybody's trying to do something to the immune system, because that's where the greatest factor for regeneration
So
happens.
very
It
true.
made you, it created you. The whole
Mhm.
concept of the factor of DNA comes from the regeneration of what's happening already inside of you. So stimulate that by feeding the body,
Yes.
and the body
Yes.
corrects
Yes.
itself. We say
Yes.
11 times faster. So, that's a big topic, man, that's happening right now. And people are starting to get it, man. You know what people are saying? I'm feeling better than I ever did. I mean, the testimonies. Hopefully, get some folks in today.
You know
Call
what?
in. If you are someone that's
Look,
going to,
man.
because it's
Look.
kind of biased when they hear from me. They'll say, "Oh, Doc, you supposed to say that," because
Yeah.
they say
Yeah.
that all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
time. But people
Yeah.
don't realize I'm getting people saying, "Man, I'm feeling the best I ever did. Man, I
Yeah.
did this. Man, I don't have that problem. My arm, look at this. I can do like this now."
You know, right? You know, right? Hey, wait.
Very,
I was shouting on Wednesday night on the family tree.
I
man.
know
Got
the family
folks
tree
giving them
is just like
boy.
testimonies like crazy are coming across. People are like, "What you talking about?"
You,
I
you
mean,
help me out.
yes, we're cutting up on Wednesday night, y'all. Y'all got to join us, y'all.
Yes, sir. You got to do
So,
it.
so that, along with the fact that, building the immune system, we hope that you are getting yourself in order, doing things and staying structurally organized. Cleanse every change of seasons. We are going into the fall very shortly. You should be around the parasite cleanse right now if you're following us with our cleanse. We're doing the cleanse as a change of every season. So you should be ending up with the colon cleanse, going in with the parasite cleanse. That's what we do. So that's somewhere around that area. Cleanse and sweep. Cleanse every change of seasons. Keep it moving, family, and also cleanse the body. All right, Big B, what else is going on? What about these Olympics, man? What's happening with the Olympics?
Yo, man, look. Let me just say this. Folk, leave my girl alone. She's doing, listen, we talk about mental health. Do you realize, I mean, I recognize some of us, we got to have our fix. Because these folk, we follow them and we expect them to do what we want them to do. Well, guess what, guys? It don't work like that. They're human beings just like we are. Have you ever done a flip and gotten twisted all up and you don't know which way is up or down? Y'all. That's true. Hey, listen. Let me bring it right home. Vertigo. That's what it feels like. To have the twisties. You go up and you flip around the air, dude, and you don't know which way. And when you turn as many times as Simone Biles does, brother, you need to know which way it's going to be down, so you know where you put your foot down, so you can land. You know what I'm saying?
So tell us what's going on with that, man. So
okay, right now this is coming from USA Today. Okay, Simone Biles withdraws from the floor exercise at Olympics, the finals. Status for the balance beam is unclear at this point. But it says that the chances of seeing Simone Biles compete again at the Tokyo Olympics are dwindling. USA Gymnastics announced Biles' withdrawal from the floor exercise finally today before it is to be contested. He's already withdrawn from the all-around as well as the event finals for vault and uneven bars, which are scheduled for Sunday. The last event final for balance beam is Tuesday, but a decision on her availability for it has yet to be made. Biles will be replaced on the floor final by, I guess, is Britain's Jennifer Gadarova. Okay, so she's doing her best to sort of kind of look at where her situation is personally, and you know what? I applaud her. Because, my friend, you got one life, one body. You got to take care of you. You see?
Yeah, and the twisties is very much similar to every sport.
Yes.
Definitely, I know this one, man. This is right down my alley. Coming from a baseball world, we call that a slump.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you get caught in a slump.
exactly.
Yep, bad slump in football. You know, it's the you just get into some kind of just
A
you know
slump.
fog or cloudiness, and it almost is compared in sports as, wow, it's like I've never done this before.
Right.
And that very thing that's so complex to that you've been doing so often becomes complicated.
Yes.
I remember one time, man, I went through a season where I was a shortstop.
Yes.
I was a
Okay.
shortstop playing, organized ball, shortstop. And I went through a season where, I mean, it was easy for me. I picked up ground balls all my life. But then something happened, and I went through this
Yeah.
season where I just couldn't put my glove down. It's like,
Right.
what is going on?
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
you don't know what it is. Or you may have a hitter slump where you couldn't hit. I was like, man, I'm knocking them out the park like 2 and 3 at a time. Next thing you know, I can't hit the ball. What's going on? It's a slump. It happens. It's part of the game in all competitive sports, whatever you're doing. So, what's happening with Simone Biles, I'm going to say, yes, she is to be, commended, because she's smart enough to know the difference that you don't go out there. If you're not ready, don't bring if you don't have your absolute A game, do not bring it out there. That's because people have in their mind an expectation that she was perfect on everything she was doing, complicated pieces and levels of difficulty that are so to the degree that people, it's never been done in competition. So that means that's dangerous.
Yes.
That means she go up there and do them flips. She can't do that on national TV, world TV.
World TV, exactly.
And with the twisties, man, that's going to be not a good situation.
She says this, Dr. Cole. She says, it's honestly petrifying trying to do a skill but not having your mind and body in sync.
Yeah, exactly.
10/10 do not recommend. So she posted 2 videos of her trying to do a double twisting somersault, this on an uneven bar. It was clear that she was not herself.
Yeah.
In the first video, she got through a half twist before suddenly dropping out of the air and landing flat on her back. In the second, she makes it only 1.5 times around. Dude, that's serious stuff.
Very, very
serious.
So
family, understand, give her a little slack. She's doing the best she can at the level that she is and trying to listen to her body at the same time, like we ask you to do.
Yeah, and at the same time, it triggers another level of pressure.
Yes, it does.
Athletes, entertainers, people in the spotlight have a level of that is not seen. You see the smile, you see the good side, but what goes on before the presentation, for you to get out in front is, for anyone that's in front of the camera or on the radio or anything in the spotlight, you have a preparatory level that people are not aware of. And she, not only she, but, also Sha'Carri Richardson, you remember she was saying that she was coping with, she didn't even make the Living Course because of what she was going through her mom. And she said, she coped with it by doing what? She was smoking weed, so like, this is the only way I can deal with this. And then Naomi Osaka, remember Naomi Osaka?
Exactly.
The tennis player, she was having it. She was like, I just can't deal with the pressure. So, yes, there's a level of we have to start to understand it, but please, family, just understand this is the best thing. All 3 of these young ladies to be commended, they're young. They're very young, and we can keep them. They're going to be around for a while. So we got a lot more to enjoy their skills and their talents, but, let's pull back off of them and let them just, and get themselves together. Yeah.
Let's come real close to home, Dr. Paul. People think this is easy for us to come and do this every single time. We just having so much fun. Hey, y'all. Sit down in front of this microphone every Sunday. I'm going to invite you to come and do it.
Hey. You know what? It's funny is people don't realize that you and I are like this even after we get off. We're still rolling. So, all right. So, Big B, let's move forward. We have some callers on the line. We got Reverend Joe from Mount Airy. Reverend Joe. Is Reverend Joe there? Jordan? I think he went on pause.
Yep, he might have left or something.
So we can't find Eric there. Maybe Eric.
And I'm not waiting for y'all, but Reverend Joe always has something good, so we're gonna hold on to him. And we got Eric. We got Eric on line.
Hey, yes. How you doing, Dr. Paul and Brother Bill?
Hey, Eric. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I have 2 things, but my testimony is I followed your instructions about the cleansing of the body and the total nutrients. So when I see family members who are putting on weight and stuff, I try to explain to them simply, if they putting on weight, they're not getting enough nutrition. So I try to make it plain, but you know, people going to do what they're going to do. So my two things is the pesticide. My landlord was spraying pesticide one day, and I saw him. I said, you know that stuff is poison. He said that was the old formula. But when I go out there, he sprayed like last week or something, and the grass is still brown. So I'm like, that stuff is still dangerous. And you see in the soil, you be having black spots and stuff. But did you hear about the story about the young lady who used beet juice on sutures to detect the pH level? So that's the presence of infection. Did you hear about that story?
All right.
Okay, say that again. I couldn't hear you.
There was a young lady whose patent is pending about using beet juice on sutures, like when you suture up a wound, and it indicates the presence of an infection. Did you hear about that story?
Oh, I didn't hear that story, but definitely tell us.
She's 17. Her name is Deja Taylor, and she have a patent pending on that. I saw it a couple of times on television. And, yeah, that's a beautiful story.
Yeah, but, you know, again, you were talking about something that, you know, beets are very well known to deal with, you know, helping the body, you know, regenerate itself. You know, that's why people take beets for dilation of arteries and veins, opens them up. So, you know, it also has an ability has a lot of healing properties, definitely. So it doesn't surprise me, though. It does not surprise me at all.
You'll be hearing about it, though. She got a patent pending. She's 17.
That sounds good, man.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. Definitely send that article to me, okay? Send it to me on email, okay? I appreciate that.
I don't do none of that Facebook stuff or none of that.
Oh, man. Okay, well, we'll look it up, and we'll try to bring it to the family. Yeah, we'll look it up. Okay?
Y'all have a good one.
All right, thank you, Eric, for that testimony, brother. Yeah, man, you know, he brought up a couple of things. You know, one was, you know, when folks want to lose weight, you know, when you're losing weight, you see, that's the number one, probably of the top 10, that's one of them. You know, I want to lose weight. How come I'm gaining all this weight? A lot of that, believe it or not, Big B, has a lot to do with malnutrition. So when you're malnutrition, what's happening? Your body says, well, wait a minute, you know, you're malnutrition. And you're burning, you know, you're not burning carbs no more. You're going to start to now hold off. You're going to say, well, wait a minute, I'm not going to burn carbs. I'm going to slow up. So I'm going to start storing up. So, because if I burn up all these carbs, I'm going to run out of energy. So I stop burning carbs and then start to burn fat for energy. And that's what some people may have heard about the ketone diet, but they're actually adhering to something that the body's not supposed to do. You're not supposed to burn fat for energy. That's slow energy. That's why the body starts to go into that state of burning and storing up, because it believes you're starving. Like if you're on the desert island, your body says, oh, we must be on the desert island because we ain't getting no food over here. Yes. So it stores up fat, but you burn fat because fat burns slow. So it tries to keep you alive. So it's like, hey, we must be starving, so let's store up. So as you store up, you burn slow, and that's slow energy. That's why you're tired all the time. So that means you'll live longer, right? Because you're storing, you know, more fat, but you're burning fat at a slower rate, which means that now there's slow energy. So that means you ever see somebody falling asleep right in front of you? You know, this head, GLYP.